Look, so this has got to be one of those videos where I can't just yank your chain rambling on for 5 minutes. You saw the title, and you're probably thinking, Buck, are you telling me to not be happy right now? Explain yourself, please. Okay, gladly. Okay, hear me out right here. Hear me out. Happiness depends on happenings. It depends on happenings. It makes sense, right? Okay, so if good things are happening to you, feel happy. Be great. That's awesome. Don't change it. What about when bad things are happening to you? What about if you have a negative external environment? Well, by definition, you're unhappy right there. You are unhappy because happiness depends on happenings. But thankfully, we have joy, okay? What's the antonym of happy? Unhappy, right? Okay, what's the antonym of joy? There's no unjoy. Okay. I mean, look, you might say misery, right? Melancholy, sadness, gloom, right? Okay, these are fine answers, but I'm trying to say that joy is honestly it's in an industry of its own. It's in a category of its own. Because for the very fact that it is possible to be unhappy but joyful at the same time. Think about that. It is possible to be unhappy but joyful at the same time. How beautiful is that? That's incredible. Okay, moving on here. You ever heard of the brilliant equation that happiness equals reality minus expectation? That's pretty brilliant. I mean, there's some truth to that. When I heard that for the first time last year, I said, wow, I gotta, pause the podcast and say, I just acknowledge what I just heard and said, wow, I kind of want to remember that. And, like I said, there's some truth to it. If you're unhappy, but you find a way to feel joy and be joyful amidst the unhappiness, there's a reason that's so powerful. It's because you're not expecting it. So by mathematical formulation, you're more joyful. Your joyness is increased to a certain degree. Whereas look, if you're happy and joyful at the same time, that's awesome because it is possible to be happy and not joyful. Okay, see, I don't even know what to say for not joyful. That's just too long. That's two different words. Okay, we'll just use miserable. But like I said, I think that's not even an antonym. Anyway, look, it's possible to be unhappy but joyful at the same time. That's probably the main point of the video. However, I want to be really clear right here that yes, I am saying that you cannot rely on your external circumstance to feed your happiness. And I believe that is 100% true. And I do believe that is true, like I've just said 1,000 times, it's possible to be unhappy but joyful at the same time. Okay, but what I'm not saying is that the external circumstance doesn't matter, because it certainly still contributes to your current state of well-being. Look, I'm not saying throw yourself in a bad situation. I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a water bottle on you, and you see a water fountain, 30 feet that way. And your bottle's empty, you're thirsty, you think it'd be a good idea to fill it up. Okay, and then you see your arch nemesis, somebody that you just have a fiery disdain for at the current time, walking right in that direction, right in front of the water fountain. Okay, I would argue that's probably not the best idea if you know that encountering that person is gonna put you in a bad mood right now to fill up your water bottle right now. Okay, what can we do instead? Let's take the long way. Let's just go around the block. If the fountain's across the street rather than jaywalking. If it's across the room, let's say, hey Sarah, how are you? Let's say hi to somebody. Maybe walk around the room, take the long way, and then once our arch nemesis passes and walks through the door, perfect, we're at the water fountain. That costs us what, 30 seconds? Okay, in those 30 seconds, what can you do? Maybe you return to the present moment. Maybe you feel your feet on the floor. Maybe you say something you're grateful for. Maybe you just smile for shits and giggles, just for the hell of smiling, right? The list goes on and on. If you do one of those 4+ things in that 30 seconds, that's a productive 30 seconds right there. And look at what we just did. We just took what is by definition an unhappy because something that is badly, a bad situation that you don't want to encounter, but you transform the situation, and wow, look at what we're feeling right now. We're feeling a pretty strong magnitude of joy. And if you ask me, that's a pretty dang good, 30 seconds good sequence right there. As a matter of fact, that could make your day a good day. That could brighten, you'll be surprised how small things like that brighten your day. And now you're just more active. You just knew that you conquered the situation because you waited for your arch nemesis to pass. And as small and as minute of a situation as this may be, you might think that I sound crazy. Look, this is real stuff. And it's the small things like that that can either piss us off and send us in the wrong way for the rest of the day, or hey, we can do what I just told you to do. And you're feeling pretty good. You're in a good spot going forward. Look. And then you feel good. Then you sleep better because you're in a better mood. And then you wake up ready to go the next day. Look, like, it's a chain reaction here, folks. I appreciate you listening, and I'll catch you in the next video.